Evening, folks. Welcome back to the Leeds View for some form of an assessment or review or instant reaction of whatever that was supposed to be tonight against Sheffield Wednesday. I normally try and keep things light and breezy. I've been accused over the last week or so of maybe being a little bit harsh on the side a little bit, but I think tonight that's just nowhere near good enough for me. For lots of reasons, we'll go through it. Just massive hello to everyone who is in the chat. I'm dying to hear Daniel Farke's comments. I'll keep an eye on him if he's managed to do it, the comments before we finish up here tonight. We will have a look at them, be honest. Also, about if you think Farke has the answers. I don't think he has. We'll get to that. We'll get to Farke in a sec. I'm going to leave the comments down here on the screen for everybody to see them. I want to try and get through this. But hello to all of you. Massive thanks for all coming in and watching this. If you want to stick a like on the video, that would really help. Things have slowed down in the last couple of days. There's also a new button that you'll see called Hype. It's down there in the comments. If you see that, I want to give that a smash as well. That helps push the video out to more people, which would help this channel, because right now they've made a load of changes to YouTube and it's negatively impacting the views. Although Leeds United's performances over the last two games might be impacting the algorithm more than any changes YouTube are making. But yeah, if you can do that, that would be great. We will talk about our goalkeeping issue. We did do a breakdown over and big up of the goals that Leeds conceded against Arsenal and how all of them weren't the goalkeeper's fault. We'll try and do something like that during the week. We've got the international break as well and we look at it. But to everyone who watched that and managed to get through it without absolutely smashing your head through a window, fair play, well done, because that was a tough watch. That was really, really tough. And it felt very reminiscent of Leeds United at the beginning of last season in the Championship. And every single person who is currently sitting here watching this will have been blue in the face and tired last year of me talking about tempo. Leeds United went out there with a hodgepodge side. Farke said he'd make 2, maybe 3 changes, and he's made a wholesale changes, which I didn't think were needed. I thought the new players needed more game time together. They needed to be in the team. There's plenty of time between now and Saturday to play a game tonight and then play again on Saturday. Farke opts for tons of changes, and for the life of me, and this is not a slight against Ilya Groove, he did exactly what he's supposed to do. He wins the ball, he passes the 5 yards, job done, that's great. But did Leeds really need to play with a central defensive midfielder against a side that were made up of kids and whatever stayed when everybody else left, with the problems that Sheffield Wednesday had the 4-2-3-1, back to a 4-2-3-1. So are we abandoning the 4-3-3, or did it not matter in this game? Because I would think you're training a team to play a formation, all of those players, it would be beneficial for the likes of Okafor, Longstaff, Mecha to play in a 4-3-3. And I don't see any reason why he couldn't have played that tonight and put the new players in. I personally would have liked to have seen Perry in goal. I think he needs more game time. Again, I don't think he was at fault for all the goals people gave him stick for over last week. And again, if you want to hang on during the week, and I'm sure we'll talk about that over the weekend and into the national break as well. But I would have liked Perry in goal, Bogle right back, left back, Gudmundsson, Bial and Rodon in the centre-back positions. No issue with Bial and Bornau, by the way. I thought the two of them were fine tonight. I would like to see a midfield three of Gruev, Stack and Longstaff, and then Okafor, James, maybe even. If we wanted to put Harrison or Willie Nanto on the right-hand side, give him a crack at that, and then play Mecha up front. That's what I wanted to see, and we didn't get that. We got a weird look inside, and we got pretty much zero creativity. Now, Daniel Farke can't go into a press conference tonight and say that Leeds lacked creativity and he needs more players. He can't say that against an opposition that was sellotaped together. That's not acceptable. This side was better than the side we had in the Championship last year. But Leeds went out there, and again, no tempo. Slow, mundane, predictable passing. Again, I said at the weekend after the Arsenal game, I don't think I'm being reactive. I mean, you can hold me to account on this. I'm okay with that. But if I'm being reactive, let me know in the comments if I'm being overly reactive. I don't think I am. I think I'm being fair, having seen 2 games now where I'm not sure what the plan is. Like, I don't see any structured passing patterns. I know if I look at Liverpool, different level. I know that. I get all of that. But if you look at Liverpool's 4-3-3, you know that predictable pattern that they play, but they're really good at it. Ball goes from the keeper into the 6, back to the centre-back, back into the full-back, then over to into the wing, back to the midfield. Then it goes into that channel for the winger to run onto it, and a cut back for a tap in or a striker to attack it. I don't know what Leeds' style of play is. I really don't know what it is, because it just seems to be go left, go as far as you can, turn around, go all the way back, go to the right, go all the way forward, come all the way back, go back to the left. And that to me, just, that was it for 80 minutes. And then the changes came And the last 10 minutes, Leeds did an awful lot. I mean, Dominic Calvert-Lewin probably get a little bit of stick, but I'm delighted that he's getting into those goal-scoring positions. He's rusty. He hasn't kicked the ball all summer. He's going to be rusty. And I think he'll get better in those positions. I was glad to see at least that when the ball did go into the penalty area in the central areas, we had somebody there finally to get on the end of it. And we'll see if he can start converting them once he gets a couple of more games under his belt. But if I go through the whole thing, first half, poor, average, predictable, too slow, no clear cut at all, no attempt to break them down. We were happy to go backwards. Again, said by Saya saying in the chat there, we simply had no ideas. We didn't. And it felt like a preseason game. And if that was the case, then play all the new boys. Let them all play together, get it out of their system, and then have something to prove. They all want to get their jerseys. Let them go and prove something. But that was poor. The positives, I thought Metchit was really good up front. I think he gives us a different dynamic. His hold-up play is very good. He likes to get shots away. He's active. Sean Longstaff, I thought, was tidy. Didn't have a lot to do. Played in that out to Naka role of beginning moves and thought he was fine there. Linked up to play quite well. Bial was solid. Borneo was solid. No issues there at all. Willie Nonto on the right-hand side was actually decent. The game changer for me was Jayden Bogle. Jayden Bogle and Dan James. Dan James has struggled in the 4-3-3 to really get space to play in. And the 4-2-3-1 with him and Bogle, back to normal. Two of them created an awful lot. And the goal that we got just comes from Bogle and Nonto forcing the way through, running through players, and a lovely pass by Willie Nonto to get Leeds through. Billy, thank you very much for the super chat. It's very much appreciated, mate. Thanks very much. Appreciate you. And then the goal comes out of absolutely nothing, a goalkeeping error. And it is a goalkeeping error. There's nothing else. There was no threat there. It's smashed. His first shot, he should hold that, in my opinion, or at least push it out for a corner. Pushes it out into an area where they can pick up the ball. And then it's smashed across the ground, and he's got to do better there. I mean, he goes down on one knee. He kind of palms it off the back of his heel, and it goes in off the heel into the back of the net. And that was poor. Really, really poor for me. Every cross that we put into the box was overhit. No direction, no creativity. Even the balls that went in were either too far, too short, not good enough. Set pieces, we have zero threat from free kicks on the edge of the box. The closest we got was Joe Pirro's one, which goes high and wide. But yeah, it's interesting. Snails is asking me to tell him something. Tell you what, I can't tell you a lot. I'm laughing. We were talking about this over in Big Up. We're laughing because it's copium. Like, if you don't laugh, what do? You probably scream at a camera. I'm not about that life, but those who are, get it out of your system tonight, lads, because that was poor. But yeah, overall, slow, predictable, nothing in the final third. And if he will say it, we need better players in the final third. Not against Sheffield Wednesday, you don't, Daniel. Not against Sheffield Wednesday. The setup was wrong. The team was wrong. The tactics were wrong for me. We should have been going at them. We should have been trying to do to them what Arsenal did to us. Be at them. You look at Newcastle with 10 men against Liverpool the other night, and again, I know it's levels, but again with 10 men, they just went at Liverpool. That press was so aggressive. There was nothing from that. I mean, the first half, you could have clipped your nails, done a fake tan, done your hair, had a chit-chat, got a coffee, and you would have missed nothing. Literally would have missed nothing. And then the second half, yeah, not a whole lot there as well. The last 10 minutes, I say, was probably the best that we had. But then at that point, we have to, because you're going out to an embarrassment. And then we miss all 3 penalty kicks. And penalties are a lottery. I never put a huge amount of pressure on people. Penalties are missed. Penalties are hit. But yeah, it was not great. Not great across the board. And I'm sure everybody else is equally as annoyed with this for me. But the points that I've written down were lack of tempo or emphasis to go forward quickly, which again is a Daniel Farke-ism from the last 2 seasons. No threat. None. When we got to them, we turned around and came back. Like, that's not good enough. You've got to run at people. Bogle did. Dan James, Willie Nonto, and Jayden Bogle did. They ran at them. And that was when changes started to happen. Didn't help at all. Any need for a CDM? Do we need number 6 in a game like that? I mean, at halftime, we had 79% possession. Surely we can go to a back 3 and push more bodies forward. Like, surely there's a bit of common sense in there. It was the same in the second half against Arsenal, screaming for changes, screaming that it wasn't working, but we persevere, and there's a stubbornness to it that we continue. I'm still waiting to see if Daniel Farke's comments are coming true, but I think we can predict what he's going to say. You know, they were fighting for their lives, needed to do something. We have a mishmash of players, need more quality in the final third. I'll be surprised if he just comes out outright and says, not good enough, which is exactly what he should be saying. Shows your nails. You're not seeing my nails, so you've had enough of me tonight, mate. But then, yeah, line up again. For me, I would have gone to newer lads. This mix-up, not enough there. I mean, you could even look at some of the existing Leeds United players that are in that squad and start talking about, well, maybe these players need upgrading. Like, maybe it's not 2 new players that need to come in between now and the window. Maybe there's a rework of some of the players that are already there. And that's probably a bit too extreme for what it was. But that style of play for 2 games now is a little bit toothless. Again, against Arsenal, you can accept that they're a very good side. But I wanted to see Leeds smashing into players and putting pressure on people and putting tackles in, not backing off. And we did that against Arsenal. Against tonight, there really wasn't a whole lot going on. Stubbornness is the main one. For me, it was a problem last year. It's a problem this year. I mean, this was the one where we had a chance to at least alleviate the demons of Arsenal. You know, at least go out and put a number on the board. Put your strongest team out. Go and smash these. Get the momentum moving again. Get the atmosphere and the attitude in the camp into a more positive state. Do the right things. Then go into Newcastle with a chance. Now you're going into Newcastle, the last game before an international break. You're not the favourites to win that game, even with their absentees for the weekend. You're not the favourite in that. And there's a potential you lose that game as well. You've lost 3 games on the bounce. One of them should have absolutely been a win. It's a lottery cup stuff. I'm not here for that. It doesn't track for me anymore. Not with the side that was put out there. But that side should have been told, go at them. Get at them. Now, I'm patient with Daniel Farke. I'm not looking for anyone to get sacked tonight, but I think there will be questions if we lose Newcastle again and again as a similar type of performance. There'll be pressure on him in Elland Road. We said this at the end of last season. It's a short leash, but I'm not seeing anything from this Leeds United side that shows that the team is set up to fight and battle and get in people's faces and run at them. Against Arsenal, we thought Leeds would sit in and look for counterattacks. That didn't even happen. And I don't think we saw it tonight either. It was just, again, tip, tap, go left, go right, go left, go right, go left, go back. Go left, go back, go right, go back. Newcastle, that played Liverpool, will tear that team apart at the weekend if that's not changed. There needs to be a change in mentality. There needs to be a change in what Leeds do. But every time one of our wingers got a ball, it was behind them. Okafor, James, when he came on, Nanto, Harrison, even when he was overlapping, Harrison's passing, his crossing, Jesus. Talk about overhitting every single ball and then all the passes behind the wingers. I mean, how are you supposed to get into your stride if the pass into you is behind you all the time? Like, that ball has to be, you have to run at them, play into space, let them get at you, and then whip it into the box. And that didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Across the board, there's not a lot. As I say, some people don't think Sean Longstaff was played well. I think in the role that he was put in there to do, which is the deeper line midfield role and keep them ticking over, he was fine. Didn't do anything wrong for me. Bial, I thought, looked very solid. The back, he has to start for me at the weekend. And I thought Mecha was the strong positive. Jaden Bogle coming on, again, proves that he is one of Leeds' most positive players. He just drives at people, and I want to see that. So, yeah, that's my initial match review. I probably won't digest this one too much, folks. We'll see what Daniel Farke said. There's nothing, right now, I'm not seeing anything coming out in terms of Daniel Farke's comments just yet. We'll just have a quick look at Barron and see if he's put anything out. But as it stands right now, it's very quiet on the ground. And we'll see. And we'll wrap it up there. There's no point in them hanging on to something. But yeah, nothing from Daniel Farke. So we'll wrap it up there, folks. Look, massive thanks as always for supporting the channel. If you can stick a like on the video, even if you don't like the result, just stick a like on the video on the way out, or that little hype button. If you want to press that, see what it does. See what that button does. I don't really know what it does. It's brand new. It's supposed to help the video, but there you go. Oh, he's on now, is he? So we'll hang on then a sec. We'll see what he says. But we won't get all the comments in time. But yeah, just a really poor day at the office. And that's 2 in a row. And that one should have been the one that helped us get over. Seeing Leeds fans, Leeds halfway through the penalties, can't blame anybody. If you travel down to that game, fair play to you. Well done for getting to that game. And yeah, look, we'll digest Daniel Farke's comments in the morning. The news, there is a news video first thing in the morning. Today's news is floating around. If you want to get the last bits and pieces on what's being linked, Leeds need to make some very positive moves between now and the end of the window. Manor Solomon and Buonanotte on loan. That ain't going to complete the window. Leeds need to do much better in the last couple of weeks. And then the manager needs to start putting a side out there that is going to have a go at teams. I didn't see that tonight. Folks, really appreciate you watching this. Whether we agree or disagree, I appreciate you coming in and watching it. Massive thanks, as always, for supporting this channel. And I will see you in the morning for more Leeds news. Dust this one off, I suppose. We're going to have to keep doing this the way things are going right now. We'll see where we go tomorrow. Mind yourselves. Take care. Talk to you soon. See you.